I think the most shocking thing is that we found more than $100 million in U.S. taxpayer funding has flowed into these funding networks as well. And there was a lovely statement from Pam Bondi talking about how she was going to tear the organization apart.
It's breaking down the organization brick by brick, just like we did with cartels. We're going to take the same approach, President Trump, with Antifa. Destroy the entire organization from top to bottom.
Because it doesn't really exist, you can make anything Antifa. So anytime that there's a protest outside of an ICE facility or whatever have you, and there's violence involved, oh well, that's Antifa. Now, the reality is it's really anarchists, anarcho libertarian people, anarcho communists, all this sort of thing, who are the fringe of any protest movement. We had them at Occupy. The fringe of any protest movement that are actually doing this, the people who probably organized the protest, were not affiliated in any way to do that. However, from a narrative perspective, the fact that Antifa doesn't really exist as anything beyond a battle cry of several fringe left-wing organizations that, and I this is worth mentioning, not affiliated with the Democratic Party, makes it very easy because then anything can be Antifa. When there's a word that's been popularized but it doesn't exist, there's no there, you can then apply it to anything and make it real. So you can find whatever organization and say, oh, that's Antifa. So because of this narrative, it becomes so broad that, one, you have the public thinking, oh, we're fighting Antifa because they're doing really bad things and they're attacking police and causing violent protests and all this type of thing. But then you also can make any resistance to what's happening, especially around ICE and immigration, and that's where the bulk of this is coming from. The AI summary is like, oh, assaults in Portland and Seattle, but they never tell you what those assaults were about, and it was about ICE detention facilities. It was people trying to stop and thwart the work of ICE, doing immigration raids. Regardless of how you feel about that, that's the part that's not being said, which means you can then take anyone who's attempting to stop ICE and immigration raids and all this sort of thing, and you can say that they're Antifa. When you start talking about designating them a foreign terrorist organization due to international ties, or even a domestic terrorist organization, which they did do, but that doesn't really exist, then you can make anyone and anything that.